So, how does the $100 Dark Skies DS-FX Galaxy projector stand up to the mega-priced $600 DS-1 Galaxy projector? The DS-FX Home Planetarium is the latest addition to the Dark Skies product lineup. It's a simple, well-designed projector ideal for first-time home planetarium owners with functionality, portability, and budget in mind. It stands out for its attention to detail, ease of use, and performance. As always, click those links in the description to support the Future Space Collective, where we explore the world of products for imagination. All right, let's jump in. The body is compact with a sleek and modern appearance reminiscent to that of a Star Wars droid, complete with orange grippy feet at the bottom. Definitely a futuristic and stylish look that'll fit in well with various interior settings. The unit features a top head that rotates side to side to aim your projection at your wall or ceiling, along with the lens focusing ring for adjusting the clarity and sharpness of those star projections. So here's the disc loading tray. As we can see, it's got a fairly nice, easy load and unload mechanism. The front button is a power on off. The next button is the rotation to turn on or off. The next button is the timers if you want to set a sleep timer for it to shut off after a certain amount of time. We also have a USB-C power port to charge up the internal battery, meaning you can bring this on the go or move it around the room without having to worry about keeping a cable plugged in. What makes the Dark Skies projectors unique is the utilization of a chrome disc. This ensures long-term quality as opposed to the regular film-based discs that you'll see on other projectors. Could fade after some use, whereas the chrome will not. So let's check it out and see how it does.
Starting off with an exposure boosted shot to give you a sense of where the projector placement and where the camera capturing is. So you will need a pitch black room to get this to work. I'm pointing the projector at a flat ceiling with a light fixture in the middle. Right now we're looking at the Northern Hemisphere chrome disc, a quite impressive night sky projection. Flipping to the moon disc now, which is a similar disc, a little bit darker, with of course the moon. Moving into the stormy night disc, really love the moon imagery in these discs. A bit more of a dramatic scene, if that's your style. Here's the DS-FX now in my bathroom, as I can get it very dark in here, and I find, given the small space, the reflections from all the glass, I seem to always get a really neat effect when I use a Galaxy projector in the bathroom here.
You can also purchase a few additional discs for the FX unit, but they also make a disc called the ADM module, and this adds a bit of sparkling effect by adding a little filter over the disc to have light poke through. It's pretty neat, the effect. So Dark Skies is the same company that produced the $600 DS-1 Planetarium, previously featured on the channel. So just for comparison, these are the DS-1 discs. You can see the large size difference of a DS-1 disc versus a DS-FX disc.
We're going to start with the Northern Hemisphere disc. That is the default disc both of the projectors ship with. Both of these are chrome discs. The DS-1 boasts a 4.1 million star count on its chrome disc, whereas we move into the DS-FX, boasting an impressive 3.1 million star count on its chrome disc. It's hard to imagine how they fit so many stars on the DS-FX disc. As we just saw a moment ago, the disc is less than half the size of the DS-1 disc. So here's the side-by-side comparison now of both discs. I should mention that the Northern Hemisphere chrome discs do absorb a lot of light from the projector, so you will need a pitch black room to use these projectors ideally, and this disc specifically. I was actually quite impressed with how the DS-FX held up on these two discs, but I'd still say the DS-1 has the edge, being more realistic, as well as having that shooting star function is a really nice addition. Okay, we're gonna move into the Stormy Night disc now, another disc that is available on both projectors. Starting with the DS-FX, which again, the scene is printed on a chrome disc, which limits us to this sort of monochromatic black and white style projection. Versus the DS-1 Stormy Night disc, we can see the DS-1 really starts to come to life as the disc does add in a bit of color on the sides and has a really sort of dramatic scene going on. And now the side-by-side shot for reference. the advantage of that chrome disc is a really nice and crisp image. I should mention the way these projectors work, if you're not already familiar, is that the projectors are only showing a portion of the disc at one time. So say if you have that rotation feature on, from 1 minute to the next, this scene is going to look different. Okay, let's move on to some planets now. The DS-1 has a vast array of colorful discs to play with, but we can really see the huge ticket price starting to shine through with its vivid scene options. This disc is one of my favorites. It's called Logarithmic Universe. Flipping back to the DS-FX, there is a Saturn planet disc, which is quite cool, and I thought I'd throw it in for comparison. I'm sure they'll come out with more discs for the DS-FX, but if we flip back to the DS-1, they do make a really cool Saturn disc as well. It's also one of my favorites given the somewhat abstract nature of the disc, as if you're in some sort of foreign environment looking into the night sky. Here's a side-by-side now of both Saturn discs together. You'll see the DS-1 is much brighter in practice when using its regular non-chrome based discs, whereas the DS-FX is all chrome based discs, absorbing more light and outputting a dimmer image. Anyhow, I hope this does help to give a sense of what a projector at nearly 6 times the price gets you when compared to the DS-FX.
The DS-FX Home Planetarium by Dark Skies is a versatile, portable, and user-friendly projector that brings the beauty of the night sky into your home. It holds up as a great budget option when compared to Dark Sky's flagship model, the DS-1. But if you really want to understand how deep this rabbit hole goes and see what $600 buys you, I've done a full in-depth video on the Dark Skies DS-1, which should be popping up on screen now for you to click on. If that's not your speed, you can check out my comparison of the DS-FX versus other top planetariums, which is also on screen for you to click on now. So what are you waiting for? Get clicking.